Hello, this is Ben Ruley, IT and GIS specialist with the Stearns Conservation District, with your weekly conservation report. Today we're highlighting local conservation leaders who are making a real difference on the land, along with a couple upcoming opportunities for farmers and landowners to learn more about conservation and agronomy in here in central Minnesota. The Stearns County Conservation District is proud to recognize Dustin Freeler of Freeler Family Farms as the 2025 Outstanding Conservationist. Freeler Family Farms, formerly known as Springwater Acres, is located near Spring Hill, Minnesota, and is operated by Tom Freeler and his son Dustin, along with Nick Freeler and full-time employee Chris Dahl. Tom has been farming for more than 47 years, and Dustin has over 21 years of experience. Together, they grow corn, soybeans, and small grains on more than 4,000 acres. Their conservation journey was inspired in part by the late David Sherborne, who encouraged open-mindedness and innovation in conservation. With his passing, the Freeler family is committed to carrying on that legacy by continuing to adopt and improve conservation practices on their farm. Over the years, Freeler Family Farms has transitioned from nutrient management into strip-till and reduced tillage systems. Today, they use a mix of no-till, strip-till, and mulch tillage, depending on the soil type and slope. They also rely on subsurface tile drainage to improve productivity on poorly drained soils and use precision agricultural tools like yield mapping, soil sampling, and variable rate fertilizer and planting. The Freeler family also incorporates hog, dairy, and poultry manure as nutrient sources and follows the 4R principles of nutrient management, using the right rate, right source, right time, and right placement to protect surface and groundwater. In 2020, their efforts earned them the Minnesota Agricultural Water Quality Certification. Beyond their cropland, Freeler Family Farm participates in several conservation programs. They currently have 20 Conservation Reserve Program contracts totaling nearly 73 acres, including pollinator plantings and buffers along waterways to help reduce soil erosion and sedimentation. Dustin says conservation has paid off, especially in improved soil health and reduced erosion, even though challenges like weather and heavy soil still remain. His advice to other farmers is simple. Attend field days and learn from others who've tried these practices. The Freeler's family's goal is to continue protecting land and resources for the next generation, and they're honored to be recognized for conservation work that truly makes a difference. The Stearns County Conservation District is also pleased to recognize Steve Welly as the 2025 Wildlife Habitat Steward for Stearns County. Steve and his family have shown exceptional dedication to protecting wildlife habitat on their land. They've enrolled approximately 32 acres into the Conservation Reserve Program through riparian buffers, helping improve water quality and ecosystem health along nearby waterways. Steve says enrolling the land in conservation has been a win-win, allowing him to convert less productive land acres into high-quality habitat while seeing real benefits for wildlife. In addition to buffers, the Welly family plants around 1.8 acres of food plots each year, rotating crops like corn, soybeans, and brassicas to provide consistent nutrients for wildlife throughout winter months. They've also restored more than 34 acres of native prairie, boosting biodiversity and pollinator health. Wetland restoration has been another major focus. Through CRP and additional partnerships, over 7 acres of wetlands have been restored on the property, helping store water, improve watershed health, and create critical wildlife habitat. The Wellies also use conservation farming practices, including no-till and residue management, and they've completed a project to exclude cattle from a creek, further improving water quality. Looking ahead, the family hopes to restore additional prairie and potentially convert cattail-dominated land into a pond to expand wildlife habitat. Steve encourages others interested in conservation to reach out and explore available programs, noting that he's seen more wildlife on his land than ever before. Lastly, I'd like to mention a couple upcoming education opportunities. Here's a date to put on your calendar. The Quad County Winter Agronomy Meeting will be held February 27th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Stock Rapids Governmental Center Community Room. Hosted by the University of Minnesota Extension and local conservation districts, including the Stearns, Benton, Morrison, and Sherburne SCDs, the meeting will feature expert presentations on agronomy and conservation, with this year's main focus being diversified crop rotations. Topics include relay cropping, nitrogen management, pest forecasting, and herbicide planning for cover crops. Lunch is included and RSVP is encouraged. It's a great way to opportunity to learn, network, and prepare for upcoming growing season. You can find the registration link on the Stearns County SCD website, stearnscd.org. Scroll down to the news and events section and look for Save the Date, Winter Agronomy Meeting on February 27th. Finally, the Minnesota commercial manure haulers, applicators, and site managers are invited to attend the Commercial Animal Waste Technician Recertification Workshop on January 28th, 2026 in Sauk Center. The in-person training runs from 9 a.m. to 12:30 at the Sauk River Watershed District office and helps meet MDA licensor recertification requirements. The cost is $20 payable at the door. To register, contact Megan Herbst with the Stearns Conservation District at 320-293-7210. That's 320-293-7210. Thanks for listening, and thanks to all the landowners and partners working every day to conserve our soil, water, and wildlife here in central Minnesota. Again, this has been Ben Ruley with the Stearns Conservation Weekly Conservation Report. Thank you.